What's up, guys? It's episode 2 of the Triple Crown Sports podcast. Today it is just me and Bick because Cruz is being a bitch.
He just didn't want to get on here and talk to me after his Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown combined for 4 catches and less than 30 yards.
Today we're going to review some college football and NFL from week 1 and week 2 of college football and week 1 of NFL, and then we're going to dive into our picks for the week for college football games this weekend, and then also we're going to pick all 16 NFL games. And we're going to kind of keep track of our record through the season, kind of like they do on like college game day and stuff. Vic, what's your review from some college football this weekend? And thoughts?
Powerhouses looked pathetic. Georgia and Clemson both looked absolutely horrendous this weekend. Clemson went into halftime losing to Troy. Georgia only put up 28 points on Austin Peay. Oregon destroyed Oklahoma State like we all knew was going to happen. Illinois is those guys. Illinois came in and decimated Duke. It was kind of one of those weeks in college football where there wasn't a lot of like competition.
No, they were pretty dog shit games. I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty bad games.
Like, with that being said, though, that SMU Baylor game was hands down my favorite college football game yet this season. That game was an absolute insane finish to that game. What were your thoughts on college football?
I didn't really get to watch much with work over the weekend, but the games that I did catch glimpses of was like the Georgia game, like you said, that was terrible. The rain delay didn't help either. Trying to think of the night games that I got to watch. Oh, I actually have notes. What am I doing? Oklahoma looked pretty good.
Oklahoma, Michigan was a very good game.
Lots of hard hits. Mateer can absolutely spin it. South Carolina just looked terrible. Clemson looked terrible. Ohio knocked off West Virginia.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
I don't see Clemson doing very hot the rest of the year. If they lose to Georgia Tech, or I don't even know what other ranked games they have, or if they have
may have
anymore.
Miami this year in the ACC. They're going to have to go through Miami and Florida State, one of those two, if not both, at some point in time this season.
They still play SMU, Louisville, and South Carolina, and Georgia Tech. So yeah, I don't see Clemson hype going any further. Really, I think I was never really sold on Klubnik, and this kind of just solidified it.
Bad week for the Big 12. Very bad week for the Big 12.
Yeah, Kansas State getting beat by Army.
K-State losing to Army. Kansas blowing it against Mizzou.
Yeah, they had that. They had that game close all the way down till they shit the bed.
Apparently, I heard that Oregon is still waiting for Oklahoma State to show up to Eugene to play that football game. Yeah, it wasn't a good day for Big 12 football. Oh, Arizona State losing to Mississippi State.
Yes, Mississippi State, and then they carried the goalpost out of the stadium.
They tore apart the goalpost before the end of the game, like in the last minute, 30 seconds, something
That's
like
hilarious.
they took it apart. That way the fans could carry it out of the stadium without really messing it up. Your big schools win. I know me and you talked earlier this week. I am very, very strong on LSU and Oregon should be ahead of Penn State. But overall, your top 4 teams didn't look bad at all. Ohio State blew out Grambling State, which we knew was going to happen.
Yeah, the coach even said that. They said, well, at least we got a good band.
Penn State shut out Florida International. Oregon and LSU both won their games pretty heavily. So, not much change in the top 4. We'll see. Big Ten seems to be running college football right now. So we'll see what happens as the weeks go on. Alabama had a pretty big bounce-back game against a very bad team, which I think they needed to build confidence going into the SEC play. But
and we had USF knock off Florida.
Oh, yeah, upset. I'm telling you, I'm upset that USF didn't get into the top 15. I'm happy that they're ranked number 8, but not getting into the top 15. If they knock off Miami this week, Florida might have a new team running that state.
I think even if they don't beat them and they keep it close, I think they can still bump up depending on how the other games look.
We were talking Heisman's last week. Man, at this point, I think the favorite for Heisman is either the Oklahoma quarterback or the USF quarterback because they're both playing out of this world.
Which ones? I know you said the USF one. I didn't hear the other one.
Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, I had that written down in my notes too. Mateer Heisman, ? Oklahoma SEC champs, ?
I think Oklahoma has a long road ahead of them. They had a very good win against Michigan. I don't know who they play in the SEC this year during the season, but you still got Alabama, LSU, Georgia. Even though they won a very pitiful game, they still won.
I forgot Monday night's a doubleheader.
This week, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Who was I going to look at? Oh, yeah, Oklahoma's schedule. They got to play Temple, Auburn.
That padding game. Auburn game will be good.
Kent State, Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Bama, Missouri. They've got all ranked games left after Kent State. Well, I guess if those teams stay ranked.
Yeah, Bama and Ole Miss will be some pretty good games for them. Texas, hopefully by that point, Arch Manning has it figured out because up until the 4th or 5th drive for Texas this week, I was like, oh, so Arch Manning is a bust because he came out in that game versus San Jose State, and I think in the first 2 or 3 drives, they had 11 total yards of offense, and then they turned it on and blew out San Jose State. So
did you see the video of him wincing in pain on one of his throws?
Yeah, well, Steve Sarkisian was asked that question, and he said, "What injury? Who
told you that?
He's hurt because
I don't believe you guys using the bathroom. So what's the matter? That made no sense."
Yeah, I didn't quite understand why he said that, but he looked like it hurt to throw that ball, but it may have just been he went like that because it was a bad pass because. That ball did skip off the ground before it got to the wide receiver. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Texas has some games this year too. They're talking about they got Oklahoma still. They got Florida here in a couple weeks. I mean, it's gonna be some battles for them coming up.
Ohio plays Ohio State this week, and they are 30.5-point underdogs.
I think that game's gonna be about 63 to 17 or 20.
I think Ohio covers it.
I think it's more than 30 points.
I think if they cover it, they actually have a fairly hard schedule, to be honest. Ohio does, for being in the MAC.
Ohio State better hope they blow out Ohio.
Oh, if Ohio keeps it close, there's no debating that Ohio State should be in the playoffs. If they lose the other games they're supposed to lose.
Yeah,
or should lose, I guess.
I don't see that being an upset, though. I don't think Ohio.
No, I don't think Ohio wins, but I think they might keep it within 30.
I don't think that Ohio State drops a West Virginia on versus Ohio. So I think that game's going to be a problem. I think that's going to be one of those games you can't really bet on DraftKings just because it's going to be so one-sided of betting that they're not going to allow it.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think they'll keep it close, and if they do, that should be a discussion.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely revisit that if it's close. Because if Ohio State is close versus Ohio, then I don't know why they're number one.
Parker Navario is a dog at quarterback for OU. Tell you that much. All right, well, since Cruz didn't send me his picks like he was supposed to, we will just go ahead and do our college picks for this slate that I sent us. Let me check my email real quick because I sent it to myself. I might be able to pull it up on the.
What game? What do you think is going to be game of the week in college? Are we going Georgia, Tennessee, or are we going USF, Miami?
Game of the week or upset of the week?
Game of the week.
Me personally, I think it's going to be either Clemson and Georgia Tech or Vanderbilt versus South Carolina, in my opinion.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think honestly, game of the week's gonna be that USF Miami game. I told you before I said Miami might come out and this might not even be close. We might see the USF we thought we were going to see versus Florida last week and Miami just blow them out. But I don't know. That quarterback at USF, I think right now he's my leading favorite for Heisman.
Oh, yeah.
If I was going to,
everybody's sleeping on him.
Yeah, if I had to vote on Heisman, it would be him. Nothing against Oklahoma's quarterback, but he has been on the road for 2 games and upsetted 2 ranked opponents. So I don't see how he's not the favorite for Heisman because he is the one doing it.
Probably because what's his face is on LSU, Nussmeier.
Yeah.
And they're winning against better teams, which, I mean, not really better teams because, I mean, they beat Florida, and we'll see how LSU does against Florida this week at LSU. And USF went into Florida and beat them.
Yeah, that is a hell of a way to start SEC play for LSU and Florida versus each other.
I got LSU on upset watch.
You think Florida's going to upset them?
I think they
Is that
very well could. What are they favored right now? LSU's favored by 7.5. I think Florida keeps it within that.
is that a night game?
7:30. Yeah, at LSU. Yeah.
That is a night game at LSU. That is a very, very hard, one of the hardest stadiums to play at night. They get it rocking there. I don't think Florida's going to have a hard time in that game. I don't think they win it. I think Florida is going to come in and they are going to start this season, 1-2? Or no.
They would be 1-2.
Well, wait,
It
aren't
don't
they?
get much easier because they're just starting their hard part of their schedule.
Who did they play week 1?
I can't remember.
Didn't they play Miami? No, Miami played Notre Dame. Oh yeah, so yeah, they're 1-1. They're not even ranked.
They started out with whoever the hell LIU is.
They're not even ranked right now. Florida isn't. So the fact that they still have that game, an unranked team against the number 3 team, as 7 points.
Florida beat them 55-0.
Yeah. But the fact that they have that game even remotely close when it's an unranked team against a ranked team is kind of crazy.
But all right, let's do our picks. Game 1 is 12 p.m. Clemson at Georgia Tech. Clemson is favored by 3.5.
I'm taking Georgia Tech. I
think Georgia Tech wins it outright.
Yeah, I think Georgia Tech puts it on Clemson this week.
Haynes King's healthy. I'm rocking with Georgia Tech when he's healthy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about it. They almost lost to Troy, if we're going to be real.
Yes.
They almost lost to Troy. And then even in the second half when they came back and took the lead, they only won that game 28-16.
That and their best wide receiver got hurt was in in the first series, I believe, is what I heard.
Yeah, so I am not big on Clemson. I know I took them last week to be a favorite because I thought maybe LSU was really just that good. But
they also haven't ran the ball very much or very well either.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a very rough year for Clemson, and I'm taking Georgia Tech upset.
Me as well. I think Georgia Tech, based off how Clemson's been playing, I think Georgia Tech wins the ACC if Haynes King stays healthy. I called it in the first episode.
If Clemson ain't going to do it, it's going to be Miami. There's.
I don't know. Georgia Tech plays Miami this year too.
Yeah, that's going to be a game to probably decide who plays in the ACC championship against Florida State. Because don't sleep on Florida State.
Oh, yeah, I did forget about them too. Miami plays them in 2 weeks.
Yeah, see, it's ACC. Those 3 teams, it's going to be a battle.
Oh, I guess Miami does not play Georgia Tech this year.
Yeah, I mean, SMU, even though they lost to Baylor, well, I say lost to Baylor, they blew it against Baylor. There's no reason they should have lost that game. That was bad clock management and everything, honestly, in the last 4 minutes of that game by SMU.
The only real difficult games Georgia Tech has left is probably Pittsburgh, Georgia, and maybe North Carolina State.
North Carolina State looked great this week. So honestly, if I wouldn't sleep on North Carolina State, maybe taking Georgia Tech out. But
Next one is so you're on Georgia Tech. I'm on Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Just to win outright. Next one is Wisconsin at Alabama, and Alabama is favored by 21.5.
Alabama by 40. I think that game's not even close. I think Alabama takes them pretty heavily, especially because
Did Bama just play and they blew them out?
some
Louisiana Monroe, I think.
yeah. I mean, with what's his face head coaching Alabama, you don't really count out any team against Alabama. So
I'm going to go with Bama to win, but I think Wisconsin keeps it closer than 21 points for sure. Next is the College Game Day game, and Georgia at Tennessee. Georgia is favored by 3.5. You know what? Georgia is my sleeper to win the SEC. I'm going to stick with Georgia.
that one's hard. You said it's in Tennessee, right?
It's in Tennessee, but it's a 3:30 game. And
Yeah, it's not.
Neither team's really played any good teams, so we don't really know what either of them's all about. I know that Tennessee, the bad teams that they played, they blew them out, and then Georgia played us, and however the hell you say their name, and only beat them by like 20.
I'm going to go Georgia by 17, at least. I think Georgia usually does this thing where they have a game at the beginning of the season that all of us go, why was it that close? And then the next week they come out and show that it wasn't close. They were just playing a different game of ball.
Yeah,
so
they're starting the SEC play, so Kirby's going to bump it up a bit.
Yeah, and there's no way Kirby was going to sit there and let Tennessee keep that close at the end. So I'm going to take Georgia on the road against Tennessee.
Next is Oregon State heading to Texas Tech. Texas Tech is favored 23.5 points.
Against who?
Oregon State. I'm going to take Texas Tech by 1,000,000.
Yeah, Texas Tech by 457. No, that's not even a game. I think that is just a warm-up game.
Texas Tech's ranked 21.
I mean, what was it? Somebody put on the internet that Texas Tech's going to be number 1 by the end of the year.
I think somebody said, yeah, they'd probably be in the talks of winning the Natty just because they've got a lot of money in their roster this year and a lot of returning players, I believe.
Yeah, they put a lot of money into their roster this year. It's not even close.
Next is Pittsburgh at West Virginia. Pittsburgh's favored by 6.5.
I mean, is it a question?
This is a backyard brawl. I'm taking West Virginia.
I'm taking Pitt. Pitt's on the road. I think it's going to be a close game, probably a one-score game. I don't think either team's going to blow out the other. But I don't think that Pitt.
To be honest,
I don't think that Pitt is going to be West Virginia's bounce-back game.
I don't know, man. What time's this game? 3:30 in Morgantown. If it was a night game, it'd be a lot better. But
I mean, Ohio just came into Morgantown and won.
No, so. West Virginia went into Ohio.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Why would West Virginia go on the road to Ohio?
I don't know. They paid for it.
My bad for not knowing that. I thought for sure they'd be playing in Morgantown.
I did too when I first seen it, but they went to Ohio, and then Ohio does go to Ohio State though.
No, that game's not even going to be close. That's not even a discussion.
Next is USF and Miami.
Oh, man.
Miami is favored 17.5 points.
I'm going to go Miami, but it is not going to be a 17.5 point game.
No.
I think USF is going to keep it close. Just off of sure will. Like, just off of willpower, they're going to keep that game close.
I'm jumping on the USF bandwagon. I think they come in and knock Miami off.
Is it a noon game or is it a night game?
4:30.
4:30? Ooh. Nah, I'm going Miami. I got to go Miami. It's in Miami. That's a hard place to go play. Granted, it's basically a home game for both teams. But
I think this
it's
game
at
is going to
Miami.
look like the Miami-Notre Dame game, and I think Byron Brown puts the team on his back, and he gets the goddamn job done.
Oh, that game is going to depend on how USF's quarterback plays. And Miami should only be going into this game planning on how to stop that quarterback. Because when that man gets the ball in open field, he makes defenders look pathetic.
You know what? Definitely give me USF. It's supposed to rain, brother.
Oh, it's going to be on the ground? Ooh.
Says it's like a 25% chance of rain between noon and 6 p.m. in Florida.
I mean, to be fair, it's a 25% chance to rain anytime in Florida.
Yeah, that's fair. If it rains before or during that game, I'm still sticking with USF either way.
I'm going Miami, but we're going to put USF on upset alert.
I think USF covers if they don't win, though. There's no way they lose by 17 or more.
Yeah, I don't see that at all. I'll agree with you on that, but I'm going to go Miami. But don't sleep on USF when it comes to one. They're going to walk right through whatever conference they're in. What, the American?
Yeah, even if they lose, the most competition they have in the American, I think, is going to be Tulane.
Yeah, Tulane. And honestly, that might be game of the week if they play each other during the season. But I think USF loses, but it's not by more than 17 points. It's no way.
USF has a pretty easy schedule finishing out. After Miami, they've got South Carolina State, Charlotte, North Texas, Florida Atlantic, Memphis, UTSA, Navy, UAB, and Rice.
So I think that for the American Conference, we're going to have Tulane versus USF. Yeah. But don't sleep on like UTSA in that North Texas. Those might be issues for USF. But I still think USF loses one game this season, and it's Miami.
All right, next we got Arkansas at Ole Miss at 7:30. Ole Miss favored by 6.5.
Ole Miss, and not close. I think Austin Simmons puts the team on his back again, and that quarterback is insane. What? He's a big quarterback. He can throw the ball. I mean, Ole Miss might be a dark horse for the SEC, but I'm taking Ole Miss over Arkansas, and especially in Ole Miss. Yeah, no.
Give me Arkansas.
Yeah, you're gonna go going upsets all week, huh?
Oh, I think they win. I think they come in and knock Ole Miss off.
What's the spread on that?
6.5.
Ole Miss by 10.
I think Arkansas comes in and gets it done. I don't know much about them, but I think they're undefeated also. So I'm just going to stick with them. Fuck 'em.
I'm going Ole Miss, man. I believe in the quarterback at Ole Miss. That man is he's gonna run through Arkansas.
Next one should be a good one. Actually, I think it might be a blowout, but Texas A&M at Notre Dame -6.5.
What time's the game?
7:30. Actually, no, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I've not really decided on who I'm going to pick, to be honest.
Notre Dame's coming off a tough loss to Miami.
Yeah, and a bye
A&M.
week. They're coming off a bye week.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would schedule a bye week, week 2 of college. But hey, give it up for those non-conference fucks, fucking Notre Dame. I hate Notre Dame. Give me Texas Tech or Texas A&M. Sorry, A&M has looked good this year. What, they dropped like 70 last week on whoever they played? I mean, it wasn't even close. So I'm going A&M and Notre Dame.
I'm going Notre Dame and Notre Dame.
And I say that because obviously playing in Notre Dame doesn't matter because Northern Illinois beat them in Notre Dame last year.
This is a night game in Notre Dame, though.
I think A&M's too stacked. I mean, Notre Dame, they looked good to start off against Miami, but Miami took control of that game, and I just don't think that Notre Dame's going to have an answer for Texas A&M on either side of the ball.
Last year this time at Texas A&M with, I think, a worse quarterback in Riley Leonard than DJ Carr.
Well, that was also a Notre Dame team that played in the national championship. And I don't think that this Notre Dame team is a national championship team. So I'm going to go A&M. Getting their get back from last year.
Give me Notre Dame. Next is Florida at LSU.
Death Valley at night. Good luck. Give me LSU. That's all I got to say. Death Valley at night is one of the hardest places to play football at.
They're favored 7.5. So I'm going to go LSU as well, but I think Florida keeps it closer to 7. I think they might win by a field goal if Lagway shows up.
Yeah, I don't know what the score is going to be because I'm not a big DJ Lagway fan. So I think LSU wins the game, and I think that they're going to pretty much shut down Florida's offense for a majority of that game. So, but LSU is going to control the clock. I don't think LSU is going to drop 60-something points on Florida. So I think it'll be close, but night game in Death Valley, give me LSU every time.
Next up is 7:45 p.m. Vanderbilt at South Carolina. South Carolina's favored by 5.5.
Give me Sellers in South Carolina.
You messed up there, bud. You messed up there.
Sellers in South Carolina.
Give me future Heisman winner Diego Pavia, okay?
You didn't even believe that when you said it.
Vandy is going to put belt to ass. Love Sellers. I think he was my pick for Heisman, but he kind of sucked ass in their last game. So give me Vandy. Nobody's talking about him but me, and that's okay.
Yeah, there's a reason.
And the total is 48. The total for over and under is 48.5. I'm going to hammer the over on that one. I think it's just going to be a shootout.
Oh yeah, it's going to come down to who has the ball last.
Last up, I don't know much about these teams except for the one. I kind of know their quarterback. It's Minnesota at Cali. 10:30 p.m. start. Minnesota's favored by 1.5 points. I'm taking California to win it outright.
Yeah, I'm taking California to win it outright. That is a
I
late.
saw some videos of their quarterback in week 1. He's pretty legit.
Yeah, that is, and plus that is a late game. I think the time change, jumping back a few hours, because you got to think about it. What, they're 2 hours ahead of California and Minnesota. So basically, when they start that game, it'd be like 12:30 at night there.
Last year, the stats were if teams traveled over to a different time zone to play, or maybe it was 2 time zones, which is not 2 time zones. It is 2 time zones, ain't it?
It is 2 time zones, yep.
Yeah, teams that traveled over 2 time zones lost. Miami did it when they went to – or no, Miami was the one that actually won. They beat Cal. Ohio State went to Oregon. They lost. LSU went to USC. They lost. Yeah, give me that at home, especially against Minnesota. I don't know anything about them. Haven't heard anything about them. Don't really care about them.
Yeah, don't think the Golden Gophers are going to enjoy playing that late at night. No. I think Cal's used to playing that late when they play home games. I think that time difference is going to have an effect because, like I was saying, I mean, when that game kicks off, you said 10:30?
10:30 Eastern time.
PM, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's basically 12:30 their time. So you're talking about that's basically a Sunday game for college football at Minnesota. So I think Minnesota is going to have a problem, and its name is going to be the Golden Bears. So.
All right, so we got me and you on Georgia Tech. We're both on Bama. We're both on Georgia. Both on Texas Tech. Both on LSU. Both on Cal. You got Pittsburgh. I got West Virginia. You got Miami. I have USF. You have Ole Miss. I have Arkansas. You have A&M, and I have Notre Dame. And then I have Vanderbilt, and you have South Carolina.
It's going to be a good week of football. There's a lot better games than I thought there was going to be.
Yes, a lot better than last week. God, that was terrible.
Last point I want to make, my favorite moment from college football before we move to the NFL. Syracuse beating UConn in overtime, and the coach being so pissed off, he made them, while still in uniform on the field, running because the game was too close.
It's
hands down. That's the coaching we need in college football.
That's funny because Bruce Arians was on Pat McAfee's show on Tuesday, and yesterday, and maybe it was either Monday or Tuesday, and he was talking about that clip, and he's like, "Well, one time we did it at Temple, except for instead of making sprints, the next morning we had a 5 a.m. scrimmage against ourselves on a Sunday."
Yeah, hands down. Favorite moment of college football. Way to expect more from your team. And then the Matt Rule clip that I seen, and I don't know what week it was from. It could have been this week. It could have been a different week. But coaches like that are what you want to play for in college football. So that's my favorite moment of the week. Not the Baylor SMU game, none of that. Love Dan Lanning saying we're going to put up as many points as we can against Oklahoma State. Love him holding his team accountable for a close game against UConn. I love that shit. Keep that up.
My favorite one was the video you told me about Matt Rule in the locker room.
Oh, chewing his players' ass because they were winning 33-0 at halftime. and they almost let the team go and score. And the reason it pissed them off so much is the team they were playing came in and was talking all kinds of shit. And he basically looked at them and said, I want you to beat them so bad they never schedule us to play football again.
That's awesome.
That's the shit you need in college football. That's the shit that makes players come to your school and want to play for you. Real quick, I wanted to ask you this. I meant to bring it up earlier. I saw the clip. The Carolina great Greg Olson was talking about it. And a guy asked him, I just want your opinion on it. He said, how do you feel about college football? And Greg Olson said, I don't like it because of the transfer portal and NIL. He was like, there should be one or the other. If you go to a school and you take money from them in an NIL, you should not be allowed to leave them the next year and go to another school for more money. He says, but if you go to them and you don't take any money, it doesn't matter if you transfer schools the next year. And honestly, I got to agree with them. If you go to a school for NIL money, you should have to stay there all 4 years.
I think that NIL is just a joke all around.
Yeah, I think it killed college football.
Yeah, college football's slowly dying with it. Last I checked, the players were students, not employees.
Yeah.
If they wanted to make money from the school, they should get a job at the school.
I agree.
This is their hobby until they make it to the NFL. That's the whole point of working to make it to the NFL, is so you can get paid and that becomes your job. This is just a hobby for them.
It's an extracurricular activity.
And as far as the transfer portal goes, if they are going to transfer, I think that there should only be one time. If they're going to make it, you can transfer as many times as you want. There should only be one time in the year that you can transfer, not a fall transfer and then a spring transfer.
Yeah. I think the players should only be allowed one transfer in their college career.
That's the way it used to be. And if you transferred, you had to sit out for a year.
Yeah. Yep. Because they had I think it was last year or the year before. I wanted to say it was last year where North Carolina had that wide receiver transferred to him. And they were arguing about his eligibility to play. And I think the wide receiver ended up winning the argument and got to play. But they were about to make him sit for a year because of his transfer.
I know the SEC used to have a rule that if you transferred within the conference, you had to sit out a year.
And honestly, you should, because if I'm moving from either any of those teams, I mean, let's be honest, SEC coaches don't change out very often. So their whole system's going to be the same year in, year out. So if I go and play defense for Alabama and then I transfer to Georgia, they're basically going to be running the same style offense and defense at Alabama. So now we have a leg up because I know everything. Georgia's just going to use me for information.
Right. And it's just all ruined the game.
Yeah. But let's move into NFL, dog.
But the small schools, though, it helps out the small schools.
Yeah.
Like USF's quarterback, if he doesn't go to the draft this year, he's going to be on a big team next year.
Show your loyalty trait. Stay at USF.
I think if he's anywhere close to winning the Heisman, I think his ass would go to the NFL. It'd be his best bet.
Oh, yeah. If he continues what he's doing, he's going to the NFL.
On that note, we'll just jump right into the NFL. So I have some notes here from a little bit of every team. I won't go over all of them, but I'll start with my team, the Bengals. Their defense showed up when it mattered, thank the gods. Offense looked like shit, which is to be expected. We always struggle with the Browns for whatever reason it might be. I really thought Joe Flacco was just going to come in there and throw for 500 yards and 8 touchdowns, and that didn't happen. Zach Taylor's still a terrible coach. He needs out of town. I don't know. I'm still not going though. We started out 1-0, but the Browns aren't
My
that good.
opinion.
I'm a sleeper for the AFC, but I don't know. I'm not sold.
My opinion is you started 1-0, better than starting 0-1. Was not an impressive game offensively from Joe Burrow and them, but I blame your offensive line.
Slow. I was just worried about the defense, in all honesty.
I think your problem this year is not going to be your defense. It's going to be your offensive line protecting Joe Burrow, because Myles Garrett damn near killed Joe Burrow this week. And I mean, Cleveland always has a good defense, but for them to come out and basically shut the Triple Crown winner down was kind of crazy. I mean, Jamar Chase wasn't even a factor in that game. So I think Zach Taylor needs to.
That's what I care about.
What's that?
I said Chase Brown looked all right, so that was good.
Yeah, Chase Brown scoring the first touchdown of the game.
We got out there with a win, and we stayed healthy. That's all that matters.
Yep. They started off 1-0.
And now, hopefully, we go and shoot on the fucking Jags.
Yeah, speaking of the Jags, thank you, Carolina, for showing that you're the same shit team that I have been rooting for the last fucking 10 years. My team has not done anything in the last 10 years since we lost that Super Bowl. And I'm honestly getting to the point where I don't even know if I blame Bryce Young or I just blame the play calling by the offense, honestly. It was a rough game for Carolina. I will say J.C. Horn had a hell of a one-handed interception. Yeah.
I think the rain delay didn't help the Panthers very much either, but
I mean, we were losing the game before the rain delay.
Yeah,
and you think that the rain delay would be a good reset for us to come out and like get our head right, because it's basically like a halftime before the halftime, and we came out flatter after that than we did before it. So I'm not impressed with the Panthers right now. I hope Bryce Young turns it around, because he's looking more like the Bryce Young that got benched instead of the Bryce Young who tore it up at the end of last season. So
bouncing off of that, CMC looked good.
CMC did look good. They came out and actually had he moved the ball. They lost Kittle and Purdy, but
it was rough. They should not have that game that close to Seattle, but
hey, Seattle's got old Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp there now. That's a completely different team, dog.
I mean, hey, Raiders pulled out a win. CMC's still healthy. Brock Purdy's out. George Kittle's out this week against the Niners play the Saints. Doesn't really affect them much other than Mac Jones is at quarterback.
Who are we? We were talking about it. Colts' impressive win over the Dolphins, or is it just that the Dolphins are dog shit?
Both. I think it's both.
I think that we're going to see if this really is a change of pace for old Danny Dimes when he.
They got the Broncos this week at home.
And we hated last year, so.
I think Danny Dimes is going to go out and prove himself against the Broncos.
I'm going to go Broncos, man. I think that Broncos defense is going to be too much for Indy. I think there's a huge difference between going and playing Denver than going and playing Miami. Miami, I think Mike McDaniels is on his. It's win or goodbye, because every year we're like, is this the year Miami and that offense is going to blow up? And it's the same shit every year from Miami. I think Mike McDaniels has about, at max, 2 more games. And if he can't figure it out and gets blown out in those 2, he's going to get fired.
Bo Nix looked like shit against the Titans, and the Broncos look like shit against the Titans. They lose that game if the Titans could catch a damn pass.
Yeah, I was about to say, what? They had Cam Ward's dad getting up frustrated after all the drop passes where Cam Ward hit these guys right in the hand.
Yeah, Cam Ward looked great.
Yeah, Cam Ward was accurate. I mean, all those drop passes were hitting his receivers in the hand. A couple of them might have been just a tad bit too far, but other than that, I mean, he was hitting them.
They had Cam Ward hit Calvin Ridley right in the hands on a slant, and he just straight up dropped it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like,
and the Titans defense didn't do that against the Broncos offense, so they forced an interception on Bo Nix. Sutton got banked up.
I just think that
wasn't anything.
Indy is going to have it's not going to be a blowout like they did Miami. No. Indy's going to have to earn that win against Denver.
I think it'll
and
be.
That's why I said that's why I said we're going to see what Danny's made of this week. Well, Daniel Jones, did he find a home?
I think so.
Speaking of finding a home, Justin Fields found a home in New York.
Buddy was lighting it up.
Against the defense that everybody says is a top 5 defense. That man was tearing it up. I'll give it to it. The quarterback play in that game was the second best quarterback play of the week. I mean, Aaron Rodgers came out and was like, oh, shit, is this MVP Aaron Rodgers that we've seen with the Packers? Or is the Jets defense, well, we can't say they're shit, but Aaron Rodgers, man, he looked nothing like what he looked when he played for the Jets last couple of years.
I tried to tell Cruz. He said, look, he's old, go to retirement him.
Yeah, well,
this guy thinks Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback that ever played the fucking game, and he's fucking dog shit.
Yeah, but we're not
getting on that subject. We'll talk about that later. Well, actually, no, we'll talk about it right now because the Eagles suck dick against the Cowboys.
That secondary is a liability for the Eagles. Those guys let Dak throw whatever he wanted against them.
I want to let you know, every time Dak has played the Eagles, he's never thrown a pick when they played in Philly.
Yeah, and honestly, if it wasn't for the blatant pass interference call on Cooper DeJean that was not called on the tight end,
or
and
the
pass interference right next to it, right after it, 2 plays later on 4th down against C.D. Lamb. 2 missed pass interference calls on that last drive. If those were called, Cowboys walk out of there with a win.
Or the targeting in the end zone on the tight end that they just called a personal foul when he launched right at the tight end's head. Cowboys, Blankenship, I think.
Yeah, starting off our season with the most disgraceful act you can have, spitting on another player. Yeah, spitting on another player. So the NFL is not going to suspend him, saying that game was his suspension because he didn't play it down, and then just take his game check. So
he should be out for 2 games at least.
Yeah, he should not be playing the Chiefs this week.
The Chiefs or whoever they play next.
They play the Chiefs this week, and next week they play who knows. But I think the Eagles were a liability. If it wasn't for a couple of short yardage scrambles by Jalen Hurts because their wide receivers couldn't get open, and
pass rush at all.
Saquon did absolutely nothing in that game besides score a 10-yard touchdown run, but I think he finished with like less than 70 yards rushing.
Same with Jalen. He only had like a 10-yard scamper for a touchdown and then like another 15-yard scamper for a touchdown because
I think it was a 4 and 10. I think he got a 4-yard touchdown run and he got like a 8 or 10-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and I think if not for the rain delay, I think Dallas wins that.
Oh, Dallas had all the momentum. I mean, now Dallas had just fumbled the ball.
Yes, right before halftime.
No, right before the rain delay. They fumbled the ball. Yeah. So they had just lost momentum. But at the same time, like, Philly wasn't doing anything on offense. So
I didn't even watch the game after the rain delay. I went to bed because it was fucking boring.
Yeah, Cruz arguing last week that Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown's a top 5 wide receiver, and Devontae Smith's the number 1 wide receiver too, and I didn't see it. No. Like I said, 4 catches between the two of them, and they had less than like 30, 40 yards, something like that. I think they ended with like maybe 31 yards. Yeah, I was not impressed.
And whoever they had on TV was terrible.
Dotson was his hands down their best wide receiver, and he proved it versus Dallas because Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown couldn't get open against Trayvon Diggs and Bland. So,
and they were playing zero coverage 95% of the time, so it was one-on-one every time.
Yeah.
The Lions are ass. We'll skip over that because they look like shit. Don't know if they're actually bad or not, or if it's coordinators.
Or if it's Green Bay.
Green Bay might be for real. We'll find
out. My dark horse. I called it last week. I said they were my NFC dark horse. So,
Allen might win back-to-back MVPs.
What I told you earlier, I'll say it again. Josh Allen threw for 251 in the fourth quarter of their game. And he threw for more yards in that quarter than 21 starting quarterbacks did in their entire game.
The Chargers are back, I think.
Justin Herbert looked great. One thing I didn't know is that Quentin Johnston could catch the ball.
That's what I thought. And then I seen he had like 20-some fantasy points and was going crazy.
I seen something that said these fans in Brazil, these kids in Brazil, are really going to grow up thinking that Quentin Johnston is the best football player in the league.
That game was better than the Eagles and Packers last year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Justin Herbert was on fucking fire. Like, that guy out-threw Patrick Mahomes, and it wasn't. There's like, the Chargers came out and said, we're going to make a statement to start this year. John Harbaugh's like, watch out for us.
Derrick Henry is, I think, going to win Offensive Player of the Year if he keeps playing like he did against Buffalo, minus the fumble that he had late. Michael Penix, even though they lost, balled out against the Buccaneers. Had the game won, and then, you give the ball back to Baker with like 2 minutes or less in the game.
Can I change my Offensive Rookie of the Year pick?
To who?
Mbuka.
Yeah, that's a fair pick. That's a fair pick.
Not saying that the Falcons have great corners or a great defense at all, But,
They
man,
had Jesse
that
Bates,
guy,
and he was the one on Ibuka, and he got cooked.
yeah, that guy cooked them in that game. So, I changing my offensive rookie of the year pick.
Penix looked great, though. Bijan Robinson looked great. I think the Falcons all around looked great, other than Waiku selling at the end.
I'm curious to see what the Falcons do. I'm not a huge fan of the Bucks defense, so I want to see what Michael Penix does when he faces like a higher defensive level team.
They
Just
played
to
the
see if he can
Vikings this
put
week.
it's a little bit better, but I mean I'd put them right there with the Bucks defensively. The Vikings really didn't do anything in their game to
They
make
play
me go.
in Minnesota also. They play the Vikings at the Vikings. The battle of the Michigan and Washington national championship. I think Penix gets it done this time.
I don't know, man.
If
JJ didn't
plays
put
the
on.
whole game like he did the fourth quarter, this seems would be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, I was about to say if JJ plays like he played in that fourth quarter, I don't know if the Falcons have a defense to cover the weapons that JJ has.
But if he steps out like he did against the Bears, this game might get ugly quick.
Yeah, I don't know. That game's gonna be. I think that game will be a snooze fest, to tell you the truth. But
all right, well, we'll go ahead and pick all of the winners for the NFL games this week, and then we'll do our 3 picks for the parlay. Since Cruz didn't send us one, I'll do one, you do one, and then we'll pick one that we both agree on.
okay.
First game, Thursday night football, and it is Green Bay versus Washington.
And that thing in Lambeau, right?
In Lambeau, yes. Give me a second here, and I'll get all the games pulled up here to see where they're at favored.
One, everybody thought Debo was washed. Man came out and scored on a hell of a reverse.
Tell you what, I picked him up faster than shit on fantasy.
I think Green Bay takes it.
I do too. They're favored by Lambeau. I think they win by double digits.
Yeah, in Lambeau on prime time game. After what they did to the Lions this last week, I'm going Green Bay over Washington. I think it's close. I think Jaden Daniels keeps them in the game, but I think it'll be like a 31-24, 31-20 game. I mean, it's gonna be at least a 2-score game, I think, in my opinion.
I'm also on the Packers just because of the way that they looked against the Lions. Next is Bills at the New York Jets. Bills
are we having this
6.5?
Are we having this conversation? Because I think Josh Allen put on like the performance of the season in week 1. Love Justin Fields for the Jets. Love Justin Fields.
Will Justin Fields show up like he did against the Steelers?
But can he outplay Josh Allen? Because Josh Allen made it look like even Lamar can't outplay him. Yeah, I'm going Bills.
I am too.
I think it's over 6 points.
6.5. I think they might beat them by 15.
Yeah, I'm not going. I think the Jets don't cover that spread.
Next is Giants at the Cowboys. Cowboys are favored by 5.5. Russell Wilson's still the quarterback of the Giants, so I'm going to go Cowboys.
Yeah, I was about to say, if Russell Wilson's starting that quarterback, I'm going Cowboys.
He is.
One, the Cowboys' offense looked fucking great against Philly's defense. They looked good. They lost to Philly, but the Cowboys looked really good against Philly. And those are the reigning Super Bowl champs. So I'm going to go Dallas, and I don't know what the spread is, but I think Dallas wins by 2 scores.
5.5.
At least. Oh, way more than 5.
I
Way
agree.
more than 6 points.
Russell Wilson starting. Russell Wilson's what held the Giants back from keeping that game close with the Commanders because their defense did all they could to keep them under 30.
Well, yeah, I mean, they might have the deepest defensive line in the league is the Giants. But with that being
Russell Wilson out there.
With that being said, I think the Giants get up by 3 scores or get down by 3 scores. They put in Jackson Dart, and Jackson Dart makes it maybe a 10-point game.
I hope to God that happens. I don't even think they'll go to Dart. I think they'll go to Jameis, and I think he'll do the same thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think it matters which one of those two they put in. Both of them, I would take over Russell Wilson right now.
And they're playing at Dallas.
Oh, yeah, Dallas. Dallas by 20. I mean.
Next is L.A. Rams at the Tennessee Titans, and the Rams are favored by 5.5. Yeah, give me the Rams.
Rams and the Titans don't beat the spread. I think that's at least a 2-score game. I think the Rams offense is going to come out, and that's not Bo Nix playing quarterback. That's Matt motherfucking Stafford.
Yeah, throwing the Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and letting Kyron Williams run wild. And their defense is pretty solid.
I was about to say Jared Verse getting fucking triple teamed and still beating the triple team. Yeah.
They had Nico Collins clamped up, which I mean, it's not hard when he doesn't have anybody else to throw to because Tank Dell's out, but still.
Yeah, give me the Rams. Give me the Rams by 17.
Tennessee starting defensive tackle Jackson Moy and offensive lineman David Sanders are both questionable for the UGA game. Moy left the first quarter of the opener against Syracuse with an upper body injury. Sanders missed the first 2 games. Yep, I'm sticking with Georgia then.
Yeah, I'm staying with Georgia.
Next is Browns at Ravens. Ravens are favored by 11.5.
And the Ravens and the Browns are not covering that spread. Give me the Ravens. I mean, it was a freak fumble by Derrick Henry is the reason the Ravens didn't beat the Bills this weekend. Derrick Henry, 166 rushing yards. Are we going to talk about how the age of time has not hit Derrick Henry yet? Give me Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson over Joe Flacco and whoever else is on, and Myles Garrett. I mean,
Jerry Jeudy, Myles Garrett, and Njoku. They got a nice little rookie tight end in Higgins. He's been playing like fullback / running back for him though.
Yeah, and talk about how the Bears took Loveland over Warren, and Warren went crazy against the Dolphins.
Warren is a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he's like Taysom Hill, but better. No, give me the Ravens, and yeah, that one's not even close.
Give me the Browns to upset the Ravens.
You only wish.
Joe Flacco is about to come in there and absolutely spin the damn thing.
Hey man, I'm gonna put it like this.
He's gonna mop the floor with the Ravens in his old home stadium.
I'm gonna put it like this. Joe Flacco couldn't move the ball against the Bengals defense. There ain't no way Joe Flacco's moving that ball against the Ravens defense.
To be fair, the interceptions that they had were tipped balls that were not caught, like off the hands of their wide receivers.
Yeah, well, you're going against Kyle Hamilton, Jair Alexander, and Marlon Humphrey. Good luck.
Last year they were in the same situation, and Browns got some stupid win with Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
Yeah, well, I think old man Joe's going to forget what team he plays for on Sunday. So, yeah, I'm staying. There ain't no way the Baltimore Ravens are starting this season 0-2.
Nope. Give me the Browns. I think they do start out 0-2. I think them and the Bengals switch. Bengals start out winning. Ravens start out losing. I got the Ravens finishing third in the AFC North. So
I'm staying Ravens.
all right. Next, we got Jags at Cincinnati. Bengals are
Cincinnati.
favored by 3.5.
Who's favored?
The Bengals.
Oh, I thought you said the Jags. I was like, in what day does
No, Bengals are
Trevor Lawrence outthrow Joe Burrow?
Bengals are favored by 3.5. I think this might. Oh, I hate doing this.
Talking about your team?
No, if I pick the Bengals, they lose. If I don't pick the Bengals and they lose, I look like I know what I'm talking about. If I pick the Bengals, they always lose.
I think Joe Burrow is going to come into this game and be like, I can still sling the ball. Because let's be real, Jacksonville beat Carolina week 1. There ain't no way Jacksonville's beating Joe Burrow in that offense.
You know what? Give me the Bengals.
I want a bicycle walk.
I don't think the Jaguars. I think the Bengals offense gets rolling on their secondary, and I don't think the Jaguars have the firepower to beat them in a shootout if it comes down to it. And I think our run defense will be just fine against them. It was great against the Browns. I think if we make Trevor Lawrence one-dimensional, I don't think he can outthrow Joe Burrow.
I'm going Bengals. Give me 1 second.
So we're both on the Bengals.
I'm going quarterback play, and I'm going Joe Burrow over Trevor Lawrence all day, and it's not even close.
Next is Niners at the Saints. There's Niners. Give me the Niners. We don't even have to talk about it.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going.
I assume you're on the Niners as well.
Who are the Niners playing?
The Saints.
Yeah. I mean,
even without Brock Purdy.
Even without George Kittle and Brock Purdy. I mean, let's be honest. The Saints Cardinals was a battle of who sucks worse. And as long as the Saints have Spencer Rattler at quarterback, I don't think they win. Give me the Niners and Christian McCaffrey going for over 100 all-purpose yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns against the Saints.
Next is Bears at Lions.
Bears. Calling the upset right now. The Bears, if the Bears are healthy, I'm taking the Bears. I'm curious to see if Jalen Johnson plays. But it's hard to man. God, that game sucks. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna go Lions. Bounce back week. Give me the Lions.
I need a new bicycle.
I'm on the same boat. I think they go. I think the Lions bounce back. Caleb Williams is ass.
Thank you so much.
I just think there's too many injuries for the Bears right now, and after that embarrassing loss,
I think the Lions defense just makes Caleb look miserable.
Yeah.
The Vikings started dialing it up in the second half. He shit the bed bad.
Give me bounce back game.
Lions are favored by 6.
That honestly might be how that game goes.
Next is Seahawks at the Steelers.
The Steelers.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a conversation? Steelers at home. Aaron
Nope.
Rodgers 4 touchdowns week 1. I mean,
I think DK scores 2 touchdowns that game.
I think DK. I don't think it matters for Aaron Rodgers who scores as long.
No, it does not. I mean, he threw to whoever the hell number 15 is, a white guy. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
I mean, not even that, but like they got 2 good. They have 2 good tight ends there now. I mean, it was Aaron Rodgers put it on the Jets, and I'll argue the Jets are better than the Seahawks right now. So I'm going Aaron Rodgers starting the season 2-0 with Mike Tomlin.
Next is the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins.
Okay, cool that the Patriots get a scrimmage week 2.
The Dolphins are favored.
What? Is it in Miami?
It's in Miami. They're favored by 0.5.
Okay, so they're only favored because they're at home.
Points wise, they're favored. Money line odds, the Patriots are minus 102 and the Dolphins are minus 118. So it's really just a
Miami home. Yeah. Give me the Patriots.
Same here.
That's nice that the Patriots get a week 2 scrimmage.
Panthers at the Cardinals.
I'm not talking about this game.
Well, I'm on the Cardinals.
I bet you are.
They're favored by 6.5.
This is the last week I'm gonna say it. And if they don't show me something different this week, is it in Carolina or in Arizona?
It's in Arizona.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm right. I'm being biased in this one, and I'll admit it. Give me Carolina, dog. Bounce back game, Bryce Young. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, McMillan looked great. Chuba Hubbard looked great. Bad play calling down the stretch. I'm gonna go Carolina. I don't think Marvin Harrison has near the game he had against the Saints with J.C. Horn.
I think the Cardinals are better than what the Jaguars are.
Oh no. It's like it's one of those games where we're talking about 2 shit teams playing each other. Give me the Panthers. Panthers are starting 1-1 this season.
All right. Next is Broncos at the Colts. Broncos are favored by 1.5.
I think it's only 1.5 because the Colts are at home, which is why it's so close.
This will be a test to see if Danny Dimes is really about it.
Give me the Broncos. Wouldn't be surprised if the Colts win. If that makes sense. I'm going with defense of the Broncos over the offense of the Colts.
I'm going Colts. I said I got faith in Danny Dimes at the beginning of the year, and I'm not going to. I got the Colts winning the South. All right, buddy?
Yeah, well, the South doesn't look too good outside of the Colts.
Nope,
so.
But that's okay. If my prediction's right, that's all that matters.
Give me the Broncos.
I'm taking the Colts. I think Danny Dimes goes crazy again.
I don't. I think this is going to be a reality game for the Colts.
I think their defense shuts down Bo Nix after seeing what the Titans did to him.
Yeah, well, it's a battle of whose defense is better, and I think Denver's defense is better. So.
Next up is the shit Eagles and the shit Chiefs.
Can I vote tie?
I was thinking
it's in Kansas City, right?
I was thinking they both just get hit by a meteor, but
yeah, stadium.
I think the Eagles win it. Just because the Chiefs are ass. They don't have no deep threat. Xavier Worthy's out. Rasheed Rice is out. The only thing they really got is Pacheco and Kelsey.
You forget Marquise. You forget Hollywood.
Yeah, he's not really a deep threat though, and they don't really have anybody.
Hollywood Brown's a deep threat. They just don't use him as a deep threat. You go back and watch his time with the Cardinals and the Ravens. That man is a deep threat. Don't believe in the secondary of the Eagles. So for me,
I don't believe in the
I'm going.
secondary. I don't believe in the whole defense of the Chiefs.
I think. Give me 1 second. I go Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in a bounce back game from the Super Bowl.
All right, that game's at 4:30. Probably just not a night game. It probably would have been a night game had the Chiefs showed up against the Chargers.
Yeah, well,
All right.
I don't.
No, sorry, we got 3 games left because there's a doubleheader on Monday night.
Yes, we do. What's the Sunday night game?
Sunday night game is the Falcons at the Vikings. Vikings are favored by 3.5.
Yes, but you need to stop at the road. I'm going Vikings
I'm going
at home. Vikings at home against the Falcons.
Big Phoenix energy.
I think it's a repeat of the national championship. I just don't think the Falcons have a defense to stop the offense of the Vikings. The Falcons' defense is horrendous.
I think it's going to depend on if JJ shows up like he did the first.
I think that when Jordan Addison comes back, the Vikings' offense might be a problem.
Because if they get behind against the
Not
Falcons
right now.
like they did against the Bears, I don't see them coming back against the Falcons offense.
Maybe not. The Falcons can control the ball a little bit better. But
Just a little bit higher.
give me the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings at home.
And then the 7 o'clock Monday night game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Houston
Thank you so
Texans.
much.
Tampa.
For some reason, the Texans are favored in this.
Tampa.
Favored by 2.5. Yeah, give me Tampa, and Baker's just way too wild.
Yeah. Home.
The Texans looked absolutely terrible against the Rams.
Yeah. They proved that they need another wide receiver in Joe Mixon.
Yeah, they need a running back too because I don't think Nick Chubb did much either.
Yeah, well, it was the Rams defense, and the Rams defense is absolutely insane. So,
Last game of the night is the Miami Dolphins.
no, it's not.
That's why. The Chargers at the Raiders. I looked at the
I
wrong
was about to say, it's Chargers Raiders, and I'm going Chargers.
Chargers are favored by 3.
No, I think it's at least a 2-score game. Justin Herbert in those Chargers just knocked off the Chiefs, whereas the Raiders beat the Patriots. And honestly, I think it's going to be a good game. The better one on Monday night because I think the Bucs are just going to hand the Texans their ass.
Hopefully, Mike Evans will be in zone that game.
Yeah, I'm putting in Buka another 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think the Chargers beat the Raiders. I think it might be closer than what we think, to be honest.
And it's all a matter of how that secondary is going to play against old Justin Herbert. So give me Justin Herbert and the Chargers to start out 2-0 lead in their division.
All right, well, we'll go into our 3 parlay picks here. Since Cruz isn't here, we're going to do you do one, I do one, and then we'll pick one to agree on. Also, next week's Thursday night game is dog shit. The Buffalo Bills play the Dolphins in Buffalo. So
Okay, so it's just a Josh Allen showcase.
yeah,
Josh Allen
they're
got
favored
it.
by 10. I wouldn't be surprised if they put the junior high team in by halftime.
Yeah, their backup quarterback's going to be playing after half.
I'll let
My
you
pick?
pick your pick while I look.
I'm going money line Chargers over Raiders.
Chargers money line.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What do I want? What do I want? What is the Chargers money line odds? Let's see here. Chargers are minus 180.
Yeah, it's not a big win, but I think it's a pretty solid win.
I'm going to stick with my college football picks because mine seemed to hit last week.
Oh, yeah? We going to do a mixture this week?
That's what we did last week. I had USF covering the spread against Florida. They ended up winning outright. Let's see here.
Georgia on the spread.
No. I think I will. Let's see which odds are better. Give me Vanderbilt to upset South Carolina.
Money line Vanderbilt.
Vandy money line. Plus 150. It was either them or Georgia Tech.
I mean, we can do our third game Georgia Tech knocking off Clemson. I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that. Don't matter to me. They're plus 130.
I mean, we can keep it all college football. I can move to college football and pick something college football.
I mean, I don't mind the Chargers money line. Let me see what that makes our odds here. With those three picks, $10 pays $91.
Fuck it, let's run it.
Those three?
Yep.
All right. Fuck it. So we got Chargers money line, Vandy money line, and Georgia Tech money line.
Yep.
Since Cruz decided to not do his job. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck the Vandy money line. I still got faith in Vandy to win, but fuck the Vandy money line. Buccaneers are underdogs against the Texans. Give me the Buccaneers plus 114.
Oh, yeah. Give me, let's pick the Buccaneers.
$10 pays out 74, but I mean.
Yeah. Dang, we're going two upsets and a for sure.
I feel safe with those picks. Georgia Tech to beat Clemson, Chargers to beat the Raiders, and Bucks to beat the Texans.
Well, I mean, if Georgia Tech doesn't upset Clemson, our Monday night games ain't gonna matter. So,
yeah.
No, I'm good with those. I think it's going to be a fun week in college football. I think it's going to be an interesting week in the NFL. See who bounces back. Who's just played a bad team last week. I think we learn a lot more about these NFL teams this week. Is Danny Dimes the man?
Calling it now. Yes.
We'll see.
Actually, I don't even have to call it now because I believe. Let me look back in my notes here. Actually, I don't think I put it in my notes. Wait, maybe I did.
We didn't talk about it last week, or at least I wasn't on when you guys talked about it. Christian McCaffrey, comeback player of the year.
Yeah, him or Hutchinson. But if the Lions are shit, he's not going to win that.
Yeah. But
yeah,
to be a fun week of football.
I guess I did say Danny Dimes was going to come in and spin it just because I picked the Colts to win the division. So far, we're looking good. We're looking good on that. But all right, well, that was episode 2. We will be back next Wednesday, hopefully a little bit earlier because this was a little late. I got stuck in traffic with work. Here's more about QB Brock Purdy being a long shot to play Sunday.
Yeah, I'm just play Mac Jones. He'll be fine.
It's a left shoulder and a toe injury.
Dude, turf toe, rough.
Yeah, they said it's a left shoulder and a toe. You there, Bick? All right. Well, I don't know what happened to Bick, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. That was episode 2. We will check back in on Wednesday, hopefully around the same time. Hopefully a little earlier, probably around 6 Eastern time. Oh, there's Bick.
Here we are. Yeah, phone went weird for a second.
Oh, that's all right. I was just telling them I was probably going to end the stream here, and then we would be back on Wednesday, hopefully a little bit earlier. Going to try to do it around 6 p.m. Eastern time. What if today, if there wasn't a semi that decided they wanted to roll over on the interstate?
Yeah, hopefully our third guy will be back next week.
Yeah, he had some stuff going on. So, I mean, it is what it is. Not that big a deal. He was supposed to send in his picks, didn't, but we can get them from him for next week. He just won't be involved in this one. That's all I got.
All I gotta say is Ducks by 60 plus over Northwestern this weekend. But no, look forward to this weekend of college football. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to the Canelo Crawford fight on Saturday night, and
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
who you got on that? Give me Crawford.
Crawford.
I don't even
Crawford
watch it. That's what they said on Pat McAfee show. They said, which one's from America? Is that Crawford?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Crawford. America.
Yeah. And then
Also,
hopefully on Sunday the Panthers can bring me home a win on my birthday. So
well, on that note, we're going to head out of here, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. And R.I.P. Charlie Kirk.
RIP.
See you, fellas.
Bye.